Welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. My name is Brandi. I'm going to be your guide today. For these readings, we're going to tune into your spirit team to get you some guidance, some information, maybe some answers to questions that you may have. So if you have any, go ahead and hold the intention to receive an answer for that question that you may have or something that you're seeking information on. We have 3 pile choices for you to choose from today. For pile number 1, we have the Angelite crystal, and that is with the Treasure Island card. For pile number 2, we have Columbianite, which is a meteorite crystal, and that is with the card Go the Distance. And for pile number 3, we have Chiastolite, and that is with the card The Thinker. Alright, so pause the video if you need more time to meditate. The timestamps will be listed in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome to your reading, pile number 1. So you guys were drawn to the Treasure Island card with the Angelite crystal. So we have this, I'm not sure what y'all can see, but there is a sea turtle with treasure on its back. And so with this one here, I feel like there is a discovery of treasure within yourself, within your heart. Maybe you are discovering some deep wisdom. We have card number 9 with the end of a cycle. And usually when we reach the end of something, we have learned a whole lot of we've gained a lot of experience, and we've learned through the experience, right? So we've gained a lot of wisdom. So I feel like you, your spirit guides are wanting to acknowledge all that you've been through. And I feel like this is a congratulations. You have opened up a new awareness of self, a new awareness of your journey, healed some emotional parts of your experience as well. So maybe some of you have been on, a tumultuous journey, an emotional journey of a lot of initial pain, and I feel like you have been doing some healing work with yourself, and you're at the end of this process now where you're coming to a place of understanding and completion, and really doing the work, which is giving you spiritual wisdom, giving you the wisdom, the treasure. Okay, that's the download coming in from the card and the crystal. Let's see what your spirit guides also want to communicate to you. We have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay. We have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. We have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. All right, we'll stop there. So, yeah, I feel like you're starting to see the bigger picture, and you're releasing any guilt that you may have carried in your heart about the way things have occurred in your life, whether it's with individuals or just choices that you've made. You're learning to release and let go and surrender and accept, that part of the journey and the experience, and bringing love and healing and nurturing energies and emotions into the heart chakra here. Yeah, and you're learning to perceive the truth of the experience and the truth of the situation, and even the truth of yourself. A lot of heart healing here, the emotional body as well, and learning to see the wisdom through the experience. So I feel like definitely having something to do with the relationship and the truth of a relationship here. All right, we have the Holy Spirit coming in with expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Ooh, beautiful. And look, we have this chalice here, and this is opening yourself up to receive love, to receiving healing, to receiving insight. We have Sanat Kumara with light activation. Ooh. Share your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Nice. A lot of healing coming in. A lot of big shifts as well with the expect miracles. You know, miracles are things aligning in divine timing, you know, at the right time, at the right moment. That's when a miracle occurs, is when everything is in perfect alignment. So you're definitely coming into alignment with some healing. I feel like your guides are telling you that you're right on track, you're right on course. We have Saint Germain with karmic releasing. Move beyond Dharma, create your own path, and make room for good energy. Ooh. All right, with the Saint Germain, he is a guardian angel, protector, guide of the violet flame. So again, transformation, healing, releasing, letting go of old patterns. We have Radha with soul flame. Ooh, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Ooh, beautiful. I love that how that is coming through with confirmation about healing. Relationships, you know, your relationship with yourself, and making that maybe your main focus and a priority, you know, with the self-care and self-love, learning to set those strong, healthy boundaries for yourself, and understanding the patterns and the belief systems that may have held you in a relationship maybe, or having not the highest level of expression of love that you really do deserve, you know. But I feel like you're rediscovering and remembering a part of yourself, and learning to love yourself and devote more love to yourself, which is then going to help you attract a partner who is showing you that equal amount of love. Okay, I want to make sure you guys are all on the camera. Decent enough. Alright, we got some tea leaves. Okay, so we have sphere, heartache, heartbreak over what you can no longer have. Okay, so there's the loss. Okay, your spirit guides want you to let go of any guilt that you may have over this ending, of the things that didn't work out, you know. We have the whale. So this is about great wisdom here, and letting go and going with the flow. And like I said, learning the wisdom of the experience here. And then we have target, a goal-oriented person. Okay, so this is more about, you're on track. This was meant to happen. This release, this ending, this letting go. I feel like you're learning to, that this experience, that this relationship may have been a karmic experience, right? To teach you that we're always learning, but this individual, whoever this partner was in your life, this person for you, they were teaching you lessons about yourself, teaching you how to love yourself, and what that even looks like, by illuminating for you ways that your needs weren't being met, ways that you were allowing yourself to receive love and setting that standard for yourself. And this individual was just meeting you where you had met yourself, you know. So as in, if you don't know how you need to be loved and what you're lacking in the relationship, it's not going to be there until you all of a sudden recognize it's something you don't have. And when you're in a relationship, you can mention those to your partner, like, hey, I think we need to work on communicating a little bit better, you know, so that when we are talking to each other, we're not, you know, hurting each other's name or being accusatory, whatever the case may be. You know, you can have conversations with your partner to try and build and foster a stronger relationship together. Or some people just hold on to things a little too long. Or, you know, they hold on to things without communicating them. And so it ends up coming off as like, when they do finally have the conversation, there's resentment has built up over the amount of time that they haven't spoken on it. And so it can create tension in the relationship. Whereas if you address things as they occur, you don't have resentment building. You have strength and love building in the relationship, because you're both working on making a stronger connection versus allowing things to come in between you and not speaking on them. And then you start to drift away and move apart from each other because the tension is so strong that there's no more, you know, bridge building. Everything is breaking down and tearing apart. And so it's learning who is in the relationship for the long haul versus somebody who's only in it out of a fear of loss, or a loss of control, or not wanting to be alone. So they're just willing to just, you know, it's almost like are afraid to do the work, afraid of change, you know what I mean? You're afraid to have to invest and start over all over again, you know, and instead you choose to tolerate less than your worth because you don't want to bring change. You're afraid of change and what that means, you know, or you're afraid of failure. So I definitely applaud you all, and so does your spirit guides, for making this choice to choose you, to choose something better, to elevate, to shift your energy and your perspective around of how, what you deserve in your life and how you deserve to be treated and what love actually looks like. Like I said, because sometimes we don't even know what we need until we aren't receiving it. And then we have to have that courage and that vulnerability to express that to our partner and have them meet us, you know, halfway, or help us learn to create that sense of security within our own being, you know. Hope that's making sense to you guys. All right, watching, spying. Okay, I feel like this is, yeah, observing, gathering information. Like I was, learning, being more observant about your needs and your emotional body is what your guides want you to do. And we have wish fulfillment. Nice, okay. So we have wish fulfillment and expect miracles. So through the work, through the shifting that you've done, through the soul love, you're going to be attracting some kind of happiness, success, a happy outcome, because you see the truth now. You're able to discern. Ooh, look at that, we have dream. So something on a dream come true here. Yeah, your spirit guides are like, we've heard your wishes, you've been putting in the work, you've been healing, you've been growing, you've been expanding, even protecting your heart, you've been releasing and letting go. How did I do this? I made it all a little crooked again. There we go. Okay, yeah, my chair squeaks. But you're in an alignment with this, okay, that keeps coming through. Your guides are wanting you to know through the work, through the lessons, the wisdom you have now, you're able to pay more attention and discern between, you know, those lower vibrational versions of love versus ones that you're more worthy and deserving of. Some of you may be receiving messages from your spirit guides in your dream, communicating to you, sending you messages, sending you guidance and support. So pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. We have Venus. Ooh, yeah, love, true love. So now we have romance. This is happiness, health, wealth, attracting a manifestation, attracting that love coming in. Focus on receiving love. Saying positive affirmations for yourself. Look, and you've got the puffin with partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Ooh, I love it. So, and I think if I remember correctly, like puffins, they marry for life. You know, that life partner. Beautiful, beautiful. So you're being asked to love and accept yourself. Like I was saying, pour into your own cup. Loving yourself, those positive affirmations, your belief about how you see yourself, knowing what you need. Now you're able to attract that. You're very magnetic. Keep releasing any feelings of guilt or shame about moving on and moving forward, and open yourself up to receive that love and to focus on that love. We have assertive cougar. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and the confidence to succeed. Okay, so the cougar coming in here about being assertive with what you want and your needs and setting those healthy boundaries, because you've had that lower vibrational experience of love, and now you know what it looks like anytime someone's trying to move forward with you and offering you that same, let's say it's a sandwich that you've been eating for the past 3 years, and you've had that sandwich, you know what that tastes like, and Spirit's wanting you to hold out for this new type of sandwich, and this one's got the fancy cheese, and it's got the seeds on the buns, and it's got the romaine lettuce, whatever it is. It's got pesto sauce, it's an upgraded version, and Spirit wants you to be more assertive after going after what you need instead of settling for crumbs. Like, you deserve the whole damn sub, I don't know why food came out. Some of you may have, food as a comfort for you. Let's see, what do we have? We have the intuitive loon. Listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Ooh, I love that. All right. So coming through with don't be afraid to be alone. However long it takes, it's just building a stronger relationship with yourself during that time frame, so that when this individual, this manifestation comes in, you are ready to receive it, because you know what you deserve to receive. We have protection, sea turtle. Look, we have sea turtle coming through twice. I love that. It begins and ends with the sea turtle. You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Ooh, beautiful. I feel like that is your divine feminine and divine masculine, both of them coming through here together in harmony, and saying that you are able to know and intuit when it's the appropriate time to act and step forward through your experiences of the past, and because of that you're able to hold those healthy boundaries and standards for yourself, and it's not like those standards are unattainable. They can be very, just human basic decency, a sense of humor. They honor and respect me. They love me unconditionally. They want to grow with me together. They listen to me when I'm speaking. They want to build strong, healthy relationships. We're very emotionally honest and secure and mature with how we express and communicate ourselves to one another, especially when we're hurt. And this is somebody that I want to, invest my time and energy into, because they're willing to invest their time and energy equally into me. I can tell when somebody loves me when someone doesn't, because I've experienced that polar opposite. You have that contrast to compare and understand. So you're able to also open your heart and communicate and be vulnerable, but you also can set that healthy standard. And that's the masculine and feminine working hand in hand together. And that's ultimately what we want to be doing, okay? And how we want to be living is in unity within ourselves. So therefore we can attract more people who match that same kind of frequency and vibration, okay? All right, pile number one, these were your messages from your spirit guides. I hope this reading helps you in some way. You have done a lot of work on yourself, and you have this beautiful manifestation partnership on the horizon for you. You have everything that you need within your own self. And again, it doesn't mean that just because we know who we are doesn't mean that we don't want company along the way, right? We are 100% perfect in our own right. We just enjoy somebody to spend time, to go on the ride with, right? And you deserve that. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being in the temple with me. Please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that this reading resonated with you. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. So y'all were drawn to the Go the Distance card with the Columbianite. And so while I was preparing your pile here, I heard Go the Distance, and you have card number 47. So I feel like there's some kind of, you're being guided by your spirit guides to go for it. There's some type of awakening, higher purpose, a new beginning, something that you're meant to just reach for the stars and go after it, set that goal, and to, as whatever it takes for you to accomplish whatever this is, whatever this goal is that you have, your guides, your spirit guides want you to go for it. And we have this cheetah who is just taking this like giant leap in the air. So I feel like it's a leap of faith, and to run after this goal, this idea that you have for yourself. In Columbianite, it's a meteorite. So I was saying some kind of dream or wish that you have, a manifestation. Your spirit guides say, go for it. Take that leap of faith and go to distance. Let's see what else we have. We have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Beautiful. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And we have surrender. I can release my need to control. Okay. So this is about being disciplined to accomplish this goal, right? So some of you may be wanting to embark on working out, because we have health here, the physical body, taking care of yourself. But this can also be where you are, whatever this dream is, this manifestation, this idea, making sure that you do take care of yourself, that you're not, you don't want to experience burnout, and having that, oh my goodness, I'm pushing my body beyond its limits. I need to take some time to rest. So make sure that you're maintaining that balance through the process of going after this goal, okay? We also have, with the surrender card, a message about surrendering certain, if it's a manifestation, you got to let go of the need to try to control how it's going to happen. We just have to surrender, trust, let go, and allow it to take place. Allow it to happen however Spirit's going to align it. Because we can have the idea, the manifestation, but then we release it and let it go and allow the universe, allow God, Source, Creator, the higher powers that be, to work out the details. Because it's going to get us the best version of our wish, of our dream, or manifestation for us. We just have to be patient and allow it to work out for us without trying to limit it, okay? So it's be focused and disciplined, yes, but let go of that control. Make sure that you're staying grounded and balanced as you move forward, okay? We have charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven and ask and you shall receive. Ooh, again, a manifestation. We have Melchizedek with higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Okay. So with these two, I feel like you're definitely your spirit guides. You have with the Melchizedek, this is a higher vibrational master here. And who came from this order? This is, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, Jesus, all work under his spiritual teachings. So they're part of this order here. Anyways, so you are learning how to discipline yourself, how to manifest in the correct way, and how to release, surrender, and let it go, but also learning to maintain that balance and the creation of the creation process. Right? We don't want to limit how and in the ways that this manifestation is going to come in. We just know, trust, and believe that it's on its way, that we told the universe, God, source creator, this is what I would like to have in my life. This is my focus, my goal, my intent, my prayer, my request to receive. And now I'm going to put it in your hands and trust and have faith that that you're going to do everything within your power to bring that into my life. And I'm going to do my part by releasing any fears, any doubts, any programs or beliefs that prevent and block me from receiving this manifestation. Let's see what else we have. We have Dwalkul. Dharma is unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Okay. And then we have the Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. We have happiness, happiness, happiness. Okay. We have this intervention and purpose coming through here. Dharma is unfolding. So what's meant to be yours is going to be yours, okay? Nothing can stop that from coming into you. If it's something that's meant to be yours and you're meant to have it, it's going to come in regardless. So, sometimes we can scare ourselves from blocking our gifts, blocking our manifestations, and sometimes we can do that. But there's also this divine decree that if it's meant to be ours, then it's going to come in regardless. And it may not come in the way that we expect, but nonetheless it will still manifest in our reality. We will still have that experience because it's written in us, in the stars, in the Akashic records. But everything is taking place behind the scenes, and there's a lot of things that we can't see and things that we're not allowed to know. I mean, some things are meant to be a mystery because there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of information and steps along the path that we're meant to accumulate the wisdom and the lessons from those experiences before a certain outcome can manifest for us. And so if we were to just instantly be able to manifest, we wouldn't want to appreciate the path it took to get that manifestation, nor would we have the wisdom of the experience to bring forth with us, So there's always a reason for everything, and that's why you're being guided to surrender now and to be more disciplined in your wants and your needs and your desires, to have the manifestation come in before it's meant to, right? So holding the faith, and I know everybody hates having patience, but this is about holding out for that what's meant to be yours can come in, and Spirit's wanting you, your spirit team, to hold out for, that final outcome. That end goal is on its way, but you don't want to settle for something that's, what you think is the best, but God, source, creator knows what's best for you, you know, and you want to manifest this, but I have this right over here waiting for you, and it's like it outweighs that by like, you know, a millionfold. So I want you to hold out for truly your actual Dharma, your divine blessings, what's meant to be yours. I want you to get in alignment with that and not try to restrict what I'm trying to bless you with, you know. We have September coming through. Something about September. So there may be signs of this manifestation coming in through September. We have the carriage, yeah. Okay, the journey, the things that it's going to bring you. So September's going to bring you something. We have the cane. Pay attention to your health. All right. We have beetle with good fortune. Beautiful. We have the wreath. Okay, for me, this is a coming full circle here. We have an archway, a new beginning. And then we have bread, things that are going to nourish you, abundance and prosperity. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so during the month of September here, because since we had a timing card come out, this can be a time frame that you can look towards for some prospects of this manifestation. There's going to be a new beginning where you're going to have a certain level of, this could be income upgrade. This could be somebody, you moving in a new direction, because we have, you know, the carriage, we have the wreath, and we have an archway. And so I feel like this is the completion of a cycle, the completion of a manifestation here, and you may start to see new opportunities on the path, you know, more possibilities for abundance to come in, for prosperity to come in. Yeah, but we also have the cane coming through. So there's something about taking care of your health is being emphasized here, about taking care of the body and not overworking yourself here, to be disciplined, disciplining the body. And this can mean, like, it could be exercising, taking care of your diet requirements, making sure that you are grounding, that you're not too much in the head. Okay. What else we have? Thoughts, yeah. Confirmation, get out of that head space, get into the physical, the present. That helps you to ground this manifestation in, okay? Being in the physical body. That's how we anchor the visions of the future, the hopes of the future into the physical moment, into the present body, by getting in the body, by being in the present moment and holding that faith, that focus of receiving and acting as if, being in the emotion and the vibration of having it, you know, what it feels like, and nurturing that feeling and holding that feeling in you as long as possible, of already receiving that manifestation and that dream come true. I am this. I am successful. I am loving. I am happy. I am joyful. I'm living my best life. You know, I'm present in the moment. I appreciate everything that I have and everyone that is in my life. Or I appreciate all of my spirit guides. I appreciate the journey and the experience. I'm grateful to receive my rewards. I'm grateful to receive my spiritual gifts. I'm grateful to be able to help others along the journey, you know, focusing on the feeling of receiving that manifestation. That is your gift, your blessing, and your acknowledgement of your blessings. Ooh, we have renewal. Okay, new growth, new beginnings, fresh new starts. A new spark. This can be a new idea that comes in for you. Healing the emotional body as well. We have fears and illusions. Okay, yeah. Letting go of those fears, letting go of doubts, letting go of those fearful thoughts. feeling limited, all those things. Those are all the energies that need to be cleared out, the thoughts that need to be cleared out, and making sure that you have healthy thoughts and positive thoughts of receiving and gratitude. Yeah, we have the belief system coming through. Letting go of all those fears, because those are all just conditionings of the past, the past cycles, old familiar belief systems about how, money is earned, how love is earned, what it looks like, what the structures of society have been built upon, all those old dying beliefs and ways of living, a woman's job is this and man's job is this, or, this is what success looks like. You need to have this and this and this in order to be happy, and we all know that that's not the case, because there's tons of people who have lots of money and they're very depressed and lonely because they don't even know who a real friend is, because people are just in their life because they have money, and so they're fake. They just want to be in their circle for their own kudos, and so you can also have somebody who is what appears to be poor to others, but be very happy and very genuine person, and just appreciates everything that they have in their life. But to others, it appears that they have no money, but they have this wealth of happiness within them. And that's the thing, we have to go within and discern what makes us happy, what would make us happy, and what true success looks like, what true peace looks like, what true prosperity is, and discern that for ourselves. And the more we can hold on to the belief that we have it, and that we can achieve it, and that we can attain it, and that it's already ours, we just have to believe in ourselves. We create such a shift within, which then creates this major shift without. It creates this whole new path, a new beginning, a new belief system for ourselves that sets us on a new path to recognize all the ways that we are blessed, whereas our old mindset may have had us living from this place of fear and doubt and lack, whereas our new mindset has a new focus and a new belief and a new awareness. And then we start to see more and more of that in the world around us, because it is our new belief system that we have it. All right? Whew. Okay. Final messages from your spirit guides. We have the revealer of truth with the coyote. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and the tricks of life and learn from them. Ooh, okay. So the coyote wanting you to be observant of the truth, and I'm so happy that this came out here, because about the health, it's that burnout energy, I feel, where it's just this pushing and this focusing, and you're being asked to stay balanced. Make sure that you're taking time out to nurture your soul and to go within and to fill your cup and to focus on receiving and nurturing those seeds, those belief systems within, and enjoying life more, okay? Oh, we have love, dear, with the deer. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things and acknowledge your self-worth and grace, okay? I feel the inner child coming through here with this gentle energy. Be gentle with yourself. Know that you are worthy, right? And shift that belief system. I am worthy. I don't have to prove anything to be happy, to have success in my life. I'm already worthy of that. And now I know my worth and my value, and I'm gonna go after it. I'm gonna get it for myself, because I deserve it. And start setting those intentions and shift the way you see things. Go within those fears and shine a light on, and bring your truth into there. Bring your wisdom, your loving, gentle nature into there. And we have the sea turtle. Ooh, this came out with pile number 1. Some of you may have a message in pile number 1, or some of you may have come over here from pile number 1. So you are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything that you need to be protected and happy. Yeah, you have everything within your own being here. You just have to trust and surrender. Know that everything is working out according to divine timing here. There is purpose and meaning to everything that unfolds for you. And look, you have prosperity. Definitely have prosperity coming in. With the frog, let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. Woohoo! Beautiful. Okay, so with the frog spirit coming through here, you know, the frogs, you know, they start their journey out in water first, right? And as they evolve, they end up becoming land creatures, but they still need the water. They still have to return to water because their bodies need it in order to thrive. They have to have that wet coating on the outside. So I feel like this is a confirmation about lessons learned and taking the lessons from the experience, and that is your wisdom, that is your prosperity, that is your abundance, it is your wisdom. Although, you know, because abundance and prosperity come in so many different forms, and when we can acknowledge that, we see just exactly how much abundance is in our life every day, and how we prosper in so many different ways. And the more we appreciate that and acknowledge it, the more we attract into our life, the more that starts to flow in, because our focus is on what we have, not what we don't have. Okay? And then we create more, we generate more of that by nurturing what we have, you know, shining our light on what we do have, and then it just grows and grows and grows. Okay? All right, pile number 2. These were your messages from your spirit guides. Thank you all for being here in the temple with me today. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story. I'd love to hear from you all. Or just let me know that this reading resonated with you and helped you out in some way. I'm sending you lots of love. Take care. Have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number 3. So you guys were drawn to the Thinker card with the Chiastolite. So I always pick the crystals first, and then I shuffle whatever deck I'm going to use to do your introduction card. And I love that we have Chiastolite, which is known as the fairy stone. And we have a little fairy that's sitting over here on a little box, and it says Thinker, you know. And with the Chiastolite, usually there is a cross inside of the Chiastolite, which shows there's a crossing, a path, a choice, a decision. And we have this little fairy that's sitting on a little box, you know. And there's different ones to choose from, different levels of experience. So I feel like there's something that you may be questioning, or you're at a crossroads of some sort, and I feel like your spirit guides want you to think outside of the box, okay? To shift your perspective, to see something differently. We have card number 44, and that is about building foundations. So I love that we have, you know, the 4 paths, 4 coming through as well. Your guides being with you, your spirit guides, the angelic guides, they're all with you, supporting you with whatever it is that you're going through. So whatever you've been thinking about, definitely some shifts, thinking outside of the box as well. Alright, so let's see if we can have some insight on what it is you've been thinking about. We have loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Okay. Indecision. Wow. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Okay. And then we have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So I'm not sure if you've been contemplating on a relationship, if this involves relationships, since we have loneliness, you know, whether to walk away or to even entertain a new relationship. Whichever way, you're being asked to have the courage to face whatever fear you have. If it's fear of being alone, know that you are never alone, that your guides are always with you. And being alone means that you are connecting deeper with yourself and getting to learn yourself on a deeper level, learning what your needs are, how you want to be loved, how you need to be nurtured, you know, and what needs to be nurtured even within your own being, what fears need to be acknowledged, and release, so that you can have a more healthier relationship with yourself, ultimately creating a healthier relationship with another individual. So we do have a choice, a decision, and then you have your spirit guides are wanting you to have the courage and the inner strength to make this choice, okay? We have Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, and trust your inner voice, okay? We have Joan of Arc, the voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, and release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. We have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. And who else? You have Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay. So there is something that definitely needs to be released, something that needs to be let go, a fear that needs to be faced and acknowledged so that you can move forward. So there is a fear that you have, and it is loneliness, and it needs to be expressed and understood. Why am I afraid? Why are you afraid of being alone? What does that mean? Being alone. Because sometimes, like I know, society can put these structures of how we all should be living life, and what a good life looks like, and what a happy marriage looks like, and what success and power, all that kind of stuff. There's always these examples that are given to us of how it should look. And here's the thing, like, who sets that standard, And understanding that we are the ones who determine our level of happiness and success and joy, and what love looks like, what it feels like, what happiness feels like, what success feels like. And understanding what that means for you individually, and setting that standard and that belief for yourself, not based on others. Because there used to be this belief system that a woman's worth, she was only worthy if she had a man, and her worth was based on that, and creating the home and raising the children, and always putting the food on the table, all that kind of stuff. And a man's worth was, how much money he earns and what he brings home and how he provides for the family. And here's the thing, like, those are just the roles that we play in the relationship, and it shouldn't be a forced belief that this is what I have to do in order to have my value and my worth. It is a choice to do. If that's what makes you happy, is having children and being a home wife, then that's what makes you happy. If your goal, if your happiness is on having your own business and being independent and not having your worth be determined because you're with someone else and they give you worth and value, that's not right. So your worth and your value doesn't come from somebody else. It comes from within, and you dictate your worth and your value. You dictate what is successful for you. Is being successful staying in a relationship that's unhealthy and imbalanced and a little toxic, but I still got a man in my life, I'm not alone, so therefore you can't throw me to the sharks because I have worth and value. That's sad. That's a false belief system. That's an illusion to make you think that your happiness is going to come from this experience, and that's not the case. And we are sold lies every single day, so we have to have that inner discernment. We have to face our fears and actually see where they come from, where the belief originated, if it really is our truth, and bringing our awareness into our truth so that we can shift our reality based on our belief systems, okay? And so your guidance from your spirit guides is to take some time to go within, to devote some time being on your own and discerning your truth by having the courage to face your fears, bringing your awareness to your personal truth and giving it the light of day, you know, and nurturing your truth, not other people's belief systems of what happiness and love should look like, because that's all BS. All right, it's up to the individual, because we've all had different childhoods, we've all had different upbringings, we've all had different traumas, different experiences, and a lot of them contradict those standards of what happiness is supposed to look like. You know, the big beautiful house and the white picket fence. You know, we're sold so many stories. If you work hard your whole life, you know, at the end you can retire and you can go on all these vacations, and that's all BS. That's not true. So you really have to take the power back into your own hands and discern what is going to bring you happiness and what does that even look like. So your guidance is to go within at this moment, okay? We have pin. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. Be done. We have the diamond. Ooh, that's about a gift. We have a star, and we have a cobweb. Okay, so the cobwebs usually represent something of the past, you know. They are abandoned homes. They're abandoned belief systems, old patterns. This is what needs to be released. And with the diamond, this is about, you know, shining your light. And we had it coming out with a star, shining your awareness on your truth. And, you know, the truth of who you are, healing the past, overcoming the past, facing your fears. You know, Kali Mashi is a fierce, divine, feminine entity, goddess that you can work with. She helps us to face our fears as well as empower ourselves by demanding, you know, truth, honesty, and integrity, and coming, you know, for those who are unjust. You know, she almost like is like Reaper, you know, the female Grim Reaper kind of, who has you to see the choices you've made and to honor them, to own them, that these are your choices and this is your responsibility, this is your contribution through your unconscious acts, you know, that you're creating this in your life through the choices that you've made, you know. And it makes us take accountability for our life and for, you know, our choices, and to respect, you know, all life even. So like if there is injustice, you know, this is like people will have the consequences to those choices, because every decision that we make, every action we take, there is a, you know, there's a response. There's going to be feedback that comes back to you from that choice. So I feel like you're being asked now to just go within, to shine a light, to bring healing and awareness into those parts of yourself that may need cleansing, that may need reviewing, that may need shifting. It needs your re-examination here. All right, so we have thoughts. Yep, old thoughts, old patterns, old beliefs. Stepping out of that comfort zone with the South Node here. This can be, you know, our South Node is our comfort zone. You know, it's like we know this path. You've been on this path. You know this experience. You know what it brings. And it can be, it can keep you stuck, you know, because you're comfortable in this space and you know what this is. But we have to have that courage to step out of the box and to say, no, this isn't doing it for me anymore. I want to try something new. No, to try something new, to be curious, to have that curiosity of a child going on an adventure, having a new experience, and not let fear prevent you from a new experience, you know, because it is going to bring more awareness, more enlightenment, more positive, healing, nurturing energies, and ultimately it's going to bring you success and the happiness that you're looking to create. But we have to be brave enough to step forward. And we also have to forgive ourselves. We have to let go of any guilt that we have, let go of any blame that we may project onto others, because sometimes we can be angry about things that we were taught. If this was parental, this was societal, or even like in school, or bullies, or whoever, husband, partner, wife, whoever has made you believe that this is how it is, and that your worth only comes from, this and this and this. We can get angry about it, right? You can be mad. If I lived my life so long this way because this is what I was taught to believe, that this would be the outcome for me, and it's not true. And so I can be angry that I believed that, and I trusted in that, or trusted in them, and things just didn't work out, right? So there is honor that emotion, honor your anger, honor your sadness that you have. If there's guilt, it's okay to have those feelings. Don't deny them, but allow yourself to purge them. Cry it out, write it down, scream outside, whatever it is that helps you to release it, to acknowledge it. It will help you to move forward. It helps you to heal, because you're no longer denying it. You actually can either you speak on it using your voice, or allow the tears to cleanse it, because there has to be a release of some kind in order for you to let it go. So writing it down, speaking it out loud, crying about it in whatever kind of way. You can even do, a self-love bath or something, or a shower even, or where you are setting the intention to release and to let go of these old beliefs, these old narratives, or the old pains, the old experiences, the old relationships, things that didn't work out, old belief systems that I've held on to. I'm going to let them go, and I'm going to embrace this new beginning, and I'm going to choose a different path for myself, and let the healing come in, okay? And to forgive the experience in both ways. And forgiving doesn't say that it was okay, and that you are okay that it happened, or okay with the experience. It's just saying that I'm ready to move on from this, and I've learned everything I can from this situation, or from this person, from this relationship. You taught me where I needed to be more aligned with my truth, and not aligned with somebody else's version of the truth. And you forced me to go within and see things from a different way. And so now I know my truth, and I know my worth, and I know what I want, and this is what I'm going after. So I can release this now, and I can forgive myself for, letting somebody else guide me and tell me who I am. But now, through this experience, I know my truth, and I can now make conscious choices for myself going forward. And that's what your spirit guides want you to do now, to give a voice to these emotions and to these fears, so that you can bring them up to your awareness, to your conscious awareness, and then shift those subconscious beliefs to your real truth now, because now you can see where they originated from, and then you have power over them, and you can change them by confronting and releasing them. Does that make sense? All right, and you have self-love. I love it. Setting those intentions of love and focusing on what your heart wants. What does your heart desire? What is it that you want to manifest? And knowing that you deserve it, and that you have the star, wish come true, success. Know that you deserve happiness. You deserve love. You deserve success. You deserve to have somebody in your life because you want them there, not because it serves, what society's, other people's points of views or validations. It is for you to decide, what would make you happy, and setting those standards of love for yourself, and knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing that you deserve to have happiness, to have true love in your life, and stepping out of that comfort zone, and being able to, if this is somebody who's in your life that is no longer on the journey with you and you wish to make amends, then by all means step towards that path and express yourself, express your heart. Say what you're being guided to say. If you need to put an apology out there and take responsibility for any actions, then, do what's in your heart. If you're being led to do that, then yes. But if it's time to walk away, and acknowledge where you may have allowed something to go on longer than, it should have, forgive yourself. Through that experience, you now know what you want from a relationship, okay? And so love yourself, forgive yourself, and know that you are learning a healthier standard for yourself and what you truly want now from love, and create from that space. We have inner knowing with the goose. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident that you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. Okay. So I love what we have. Loyal friends are always with you. So I feel like you're going to be finding people who are loyal to you by you being loyal to you, by you acknowledging your fears, by you acknowledging your feelings, by you setting stronger boundaries for yourself, by you learning to love yourself and, set those healthy beliefs of self-love and self-worth. You're going to create that relationship on the outside because you foster that relationship on the inside. The outside is only a mirror to our beliefs within of who we are and what we deserve. And so when you go within and shine that light and you create that internal shift, it's going to be reflected in the world around you. So getting to know who you are and knowing your beliefs, your spirit guides definitely want you to spend some time with yourself. We have the magic owl. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision and you can see through the deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Ooh. So owls can see in the dark. They can see through the illusion. They see the truth behind the words that are being spoken. And here's the words that aren't being spoken, by watching movement, watching action, picking up on those subtle cues that you may have overlooked in the past, but now you're more wise to because you've experienced the contrast of darkness and light, of not having, and now you know what you want, so you'll know what to look for. You're more wise than you were. There's a lot of wisdom coming in. And we have the assertive cougar. This was in pile number 1, I believe. So some of you may have listened to pile number 1, or you may be guided to listen to pile number 1. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and the confidence to succeed, okay? And that's nice. Be assertive in what you want, and stepping out of that comfort zone. Not being afraid to set those healthy boundaries and standards for yourself. Not being afraid to spend some time on your own, getting in touch with who you really are and what your true belief system is, okay? And we have protection. Wow, this has come out in all 3 readings. All right, so with the sea turtle, you are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Beautiful. Everything you need is within your own being, okay? Journey within. Don't be afraid to go into the deep end, getting to know your subconscious beliefs and how you are, maybe holding on to things that need to be released so that you can be more in flow, so that you're not being controlled by the emotions of the past and experiences of the past and fears of the past or old belief systems. When you go into your subconscious, this is your emotional depths here, your true feelings, your true beliefs about yourself and about the world and about, you know, love, relationships, success, everything that I've been speaking about in this reading. Take that time to journey within and get to know yourself. See the truth, see beyond the illusions, and free yourself by facing those fears, okay? And to know that you are always loved, you are guided, you are protected along the way, and you deserve happiness. You deserve to bring your dharma, your love, your heart deserves to have that reciprocity, that experience of love and kindness as well, that you deserve it too, okay? You deserve to have your wishes, you deserve to have success, you deserve all the good things in life. You just have to remove those weeds, those seeds of doubt that make you believe that you don't, okay? All right, pile number 3, I'm going to close your reading now. Thank you all so much for being here in the temple with me today. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment below if this reading resonated with you, or just let me know that this reading helped you in some kind of way. Sending y'all lots of love. Take care and have a blessed day.